Hello there, everybody. Welcome to tonight's stream. Tonight I am going to be picking the winners from the Christmas giveaway. We have 3 winners for this giveaway, and there's a £10 voucher, a £15 voucher, and a £25 voucher to be won. So it's going to be really exciting. We're going to give it a few minutes to let people sign in before we get going. Today I've got with me a very special guest. I have the amazing Amy.
Hello.
She is my daughter, and she is a fantastic ant keeper. She knows lots about ants and is really enthusiastic about the hobby. Not just that, she has her own YouTube channel, and quite honestly, she's a much better YouTuber than I am. So I thought I'd get her on with me, and we'd have a little bit of fun here. Bit of a shame for later on. 9 o'clock, we were due to have Tarantula Tasitic Enclosures with us tonight, but he's had to cancel sort of last minute. He's just got some issues going on that he's just not going to be able to do it tonight. He's unavailable, but we are going to book him in for later on in the month, possibly. We're going to get him in as soon as we can, because we had a really good interview lined up. He's a really fantastic guy with some amazing enclosures that I just can't wait to show off, basically. I'm sure he can't wait to show off to a whole different community as well. We've got a few people joining us, so welcome to both David Crouch and David Hutchinson. I hope you are both in the giveaway. I know David Crouch is, but David Hutchinson, I don't believe I saw your name in the giveaway. If you want to enter last minute now, let me know, and I will quickly write your name down somehow. Welcome, Flores725. Thank you for signing in on Twitch. I'll say again, tonight I have my guest, the amazing Amy. She also has a YouTube channel. It's a much more varied channel than mine. If you want to tell them about it, what kind of things you do on your YouTube channel?
So I like do a bit of gaming, and then I talk to you about my ants. I'm going to do lots of other videos. You should go and check it out.
Like I say, she's a much better YouTuber than I am or ever could be. She's just got a natural kind of flow with it. Her channel is actually called The Amazing Amy. Simple as that, The Amazing Amy. If I can, in fact, give me 2 seconds and I will put a link into the comment section for you. And we can all, if I can. Oh, yes, I can. It's just going to be a little bit slow for a second. But yeah, Amy's absolutely fantastic with her ant. She's the one which actually owns the Imposters, my best colony of Lacius niger. They're doing really well, aren't they, Amy?
Yes.
So do you want to tell them about your ant colony, or do you want to tell them anything, Amy?
I'm going to tell them about my ant colony.
Yeah, tell them about your ant colony then, sweetie.
So it's like really cool because you can like name it as your personality, and you can just name it whatever you want. And I'm doing like really well with them, so I'm like so happy that I have to join with my dad on the YouTube, and I can make you all smile and happy.
She definitely does do that. The amazing Amy, she is like a little ray of sunlight, and every single one of her videos is just phenomenal. You know, you definitely will be smiling after watching her. I'm just trying to, yeah, there we go. Right, I've got the link. I've just got to find the doodad. Here we go. I'm just posting it into chat now. Here we go. I'm just posting. There we go. You'll probably hear the echo. Right, so I'm just going to go back through a couple of things because we've got. Okay, Flores725. Can you do me a massive favor and just remember the number 40? you are number 40. So when it comes to it, just simply because I've done like a list and your name's not going to be on the list. But if you just remember your number 40, then you're all good. And I shall write you down as that as well. 40. Da, 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 da. Yeah, David, thank you for mentioning that. I don't normally have my children join me, but Amy is phenomenal. She's like really good at streaming, and she's getting better with her own YouTube channel. Not so regular as me, because I have to upload the videos for her and edit them and whatnot, and it's a little bit of a long process with everything I'm doing. But she is really good, and I just thought it would be great to have her on. She's got a great personality, and she really cheers me up all the time. So I thought it'd be great to introduce you all to her. It's a great community we've got here, and I'm sure you're all going to be really friendly. So I wasn't too worried about it. But I won't be introducing my other children on stream. Right. Well, we're not getting many more people joining us at the minute. We've got 3 viewers. If you want to give them one last wave, Amy, say hello, viewers.
Hello, viewers.
There we go. Brilliant. So we have had 40 entries now. That's absolutely insane. It's the biggest giveaway I've ever done. So I'm just going to add in this video, which shows everybody's names, hopefully, if it works. If it works. Here we go. It's coming. It's coming. No. Aha, there we go. So I'm not going to read them all out. You can find your own name and number like that. So if you can find your name, find your number, that's what you got to look for in a minute when we do the giveaway thing. Let's say there's 40. Oh, 41. Sorry, Flores, you're 41. Because I forgot we had another late entry as well. God. 41 you are. Sorry about that, buddy. Yeah, big time now. 40 odd entries. That's insane. I'll just do it one last time, just for anyone that may miss it. Just so you've got plenty of chance to find your name, find your place. And then we're going to have a little duck race, because I was introduced to that and I thought it was really cool. Yeah. Right, so that is everyone. If we remove this one from the stream and add this into the stream, this is the duck race. In fact, it needs changing still because it's only got 40 and I need 41. So give me 2 seconds. You've got a few more seconds of chatting and then we will be on with the game. If you want to chat away, Amy, feel free.
Okay, thank you. So you can really go and check out my channel. We've done lots of stuff. And you can also check out At Summer Rock as well as the picnic table. And I just hope you like this video.
For anyone that's still just signing in, we have had a cancellation from Tarantula Tasitic Enclosures tonight. He's going to rebook in. Yes, that is the famous Amy, the amazing Amy. Thank you for that, Ants England. So Tarantula Tasitic Enclosures will be booking in later on in the month, possibly, or the month following. We want to get him in really soon because he's done some awesome enclosures and it would just be a great interview. I'm getting blocked out by the microphone, but Amy's the main person in this one. She's way prettier than I am any day of the week. So I'm just going to do this once more for anyone that missed it. They can now see If you find your name, find your number, that's where you're going to be when the race commences. We have 41 ducks raring to go down the river. And they're going to tear down it like they're being chased by a shark. All right, that's that one out of the way. So I hope everyone's found their name and number. I will probably put it back on at the end afterwards. Let's get on with the giveaway. So we're going to have 3 winners. So I'm going to run the stream 3 times. If the same person wins twice, we'll obviously run it again because we can't have that. And good luck, everybody. Good luck. So this is the duck race. We have 41 ducks. That is a big old river. Are we ready? Are we steady? Let's go. I'm afraid I put it on for 2 minutes. I don't know why I did that. I thought it might, I don't know, but they're 2-minute long races. So they're going. Oh, 32's just taking the lead. 33. 28's coming up. There's number 9.
17.
Oh. Who do you think's going to win, Amy? Who do you think's going to win?
I think 39.
You think, I'm going to say number 5. I don't know. Where's number 5? I can't even see number 5. That's the worst pick ever. David Crouch, I can't. What number are you? Oh, you're number 5. There you go. No, you're coming out. There he comes. Come on, Space Duck. Go, Space Duck. Oh, no. Don't drop back. Don't drop back.
Go in number 6.
14.
Go in number 6. Go in 33. Come on, 27. I'm showing them all on. Go on, all the duckies. Go. Go down the river. Come on, 41.
David, are you sure you're 14? I thought you were lower down than that. We'll check again in a minute. Oh, hang on. 15 seconds left. They're coming into the final stretch now.
I wonder who will win.
Yeah, you're number 5. Right.
I think it might be 30.
Who is it?
26.
Number 1. So, Dino, my moderator, you have won. Well done, buddy. Obviously, contact me. You've won. You've actually won the £25 voucher. So that was brilliant. Next is going to be the 15, and then we're going to do the 10. Wow, well done. That was exciting, actually. I'm quite happy about that. Let's see if it's easy to restart. Right, whilst I do that, I'll play this one again so that you can find your names and everything. Aha, it is easy to go again. Right, so we're going to remove that one again. Put this one back in. Are we ready for round 2 for the £15 voucher? Yeah. Oh, Amy's hit the mic.
Sorry.
That's all right, Amy. That's all right. Right, are we ready?
Yeah.
Are we steady?
Yeah.
Are we bananas?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah. Start it up.
And go.
Come on, 19.
Diana Fletcher, it's a little bit late.
Come on, 15. Come on, 15. You've got this.
All right, Diana Fletcher, you can enter. I'll do it as a quick one-off. You are number 1, strictly because number 1's already. Oh no, that. Well, what's like? Are you okay with number 1, David Hutchinson? Oh, I've got so many. Hang on. I don't think I have got your name down, David. Hold on. I'll sort this out for the next one. Let's just watch this. David and Diana, I will enter you in for the next one. We will add in 2 extra ducks. David, hang on. Jurors, we will show the numbers again in a minute. David, you will be number 42. And Diana, I hope I'm saying everyone's name right, by the way, is number 43. Okay?
I wonder who will win.
I don't know. We've got 40 seconds left on this race.
I think 9 might win, or 26. We'll see.
Oh, it's so mixed. Look at all the little ducks and their little hats and stuff.
Yeah. It's so hard to see which one's which.
What do we reckon? What do we reckon?
I think it's going to be 30 or 31.
Oh, last 10 seconds. They're all going to give that final push now. Go, ducks, go.
Go 30! Go 30! Go 40!
No, 30.
Go 49! Go 49!
Calm down a little bit. 39. Well done, 39. So let's have a quick look at this. So these are all the numbers for everyone so that you can find your number. Once you find your number by your name, you know what duck you are. Obviously, the people just entering now, I've given you your numbers. You'll have to remember them. So number 39 is Ants Hood. Well done, Ants Hood.
Well done.
£15 voucher.
Sorry, I'm the duckies.
That's all right. There's always another chance for duckies to win. I think that video is just going to keep going a second. We need to go.
And add 2 more duckies.
I need to add 2 more duckies.
Yes, to the rest.
So how many duckies is that now, Amy?
That is 43.
Well done. That was good maths. The fast maths. Right, we're going to make it. Yeah, we'll go 2 minutes long again. And 43 ducks.
Yes.
43 ducks.
To
Have
100.
you ever seen so many ducks in one place?
No.
No, neither have I, to be fair. I mean, we live near a place where they have ducks as well, but
Yeah.
there ain't that many
seen
ducks.
43
43 ducks would be
in a
insane.
row.
In a row, that would be a really long line of ducks.
Yeah.
They'd be going halfway down the street.
Yeah. What if they did that on road? That would be bad.
Yeah, right. Hold on. Here we go. Right. So, the last final race of the night.
Yeah, so exciting.
And for beginners, I'm afraid you haven't won yet. We're about to do the last final race for the night. £10 voucher coming up. Thank you for saying that, Stein. That's really kind of you. Don't forget, everybody, that straight after this, I'm going to be going to a feed-in in the multi-species tank, so stay tuned for that. And also, after that, I'm going to be doing an open mic night at 9 p.m. sharp, so stay tuned for that as well. Don't miss out on the open mic night. If you want to get involved, just send me a message, give me a comment on here or something, and I will send you the link so that you can either show your face or just do the microphone, and you can join me live if you want to. I'm sure we'll get lots of really interesting people on. It's going to be a fun one, sort of impromptu because of the cancellation, but it's absolutely fine. We've always got lots of people wanting to talk about ants, don't we, Amy?
Yeah!
Yeah! Right, let's get started with the last race of the night.
Yeah! Woo! Let's do this.
The Discord... Yeah, thank you. I will mention that. The Discord giveaway is going until the 9th, which is Sunday. So I'll do the winners on that on the Sunday before that stream. Diane is asking, will the link be on Discord? I've completely forgotten what I've said already. Which link are we talking about? I'm pretty useless sometimes. Sorry. The link to join. It can be. Yeah, I don't see why not. I can do that. Actually, that's really simple. I'll do that in at 9 o'clock, I will put the link up on my Discord. Stein, yes, you are in this giveaway. Right, we'll have one more run through of the numbers just so everyone gets to see their name and number. If you can see your name, you're next to a number, that's your duck. Stein, you are in there somewhere. There you go. You're the best. There you go, Stein. You're 25, buddy.
Thank you.
That's Ants England.
Thank you, Ants England, for saying that.
Right, here we go. 2 minutes on the clock. Fastest duck wins.
Ready?
That number correlates to whoever is going to win. £10 voucher. Yes, Amy.
Can I say ready, set, go?
Of course you can.
Ready, set, go!
Here we go.
Let's see who will get the last voucher.
21's doing quite well. If like, it's so random. Up until the last 10 seconds, it could be anyone. It's like it's horses, but worse. Like, I don't gamble for a reason because I'm rubbish. Like, this is definitely the best way of doing a giveaway.
Yeah, doing little duckies going across the river.
Quack, quack.
Quack, 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 quack. Quack, quack, quack.
Got 10 viewers at the moment.
What?
10 viewers as well. Welcome everyone who is signing in. Thank you for watching. Good luck to everyone who's entered the giveaway.
Yeah.
Let's hope this last one's a good winner.
Yes.
I mean, everyone's a good winner anyways. It doesn't matter who wins, but I'm always excited to see who wins. Look, that one looks like Donald Trump. Number 19 looks like Donald Trump.
Yeah, it does.
You got a ninja. 43's a ninja.
Which one looks like Donald Trump again?
Donald Trump. He's falling back. Donald Trump's falling back.
Is it 16?
I like the top hat one, number 1, but he can't win again. If number 1 wins again, we're going again.
Yeah.
Oh, number 30's just come up. No.
No.
Here we go. I like that one. Number 25. I like the looks of that duck.
And I like number 4's stuck. It looks like really cool. Number 4's winning. No.
Oh, hang on. Here we go.
Number 4's taking the lead.
Final stretch.
Yeah. Final stretch. See who will get the £10 voucher. So exciting.
It's so exciting. I just can't hide it.
Daddy,
Yeah.
do you think next time I can answer the gift?
Maybe. Oh, number 12.
Ooh.
Number 12.
Good job, number 12.
So let's go on the thing again and have a little checksy check who number 12 is.
Let's see.
Number 12 is All Ants UK.
Okay. The person
Well done, All Ants UK.
okay, you are winning the £10 voucher. Good job.
We will sort that all out for you very soon. Obviously, get in contact with me. I'll get in contact with you, and we'll sort out your prize. Well done. Don't know what else to say. That was a great giveaway. We've got lots more giveaways coming up, actually. The Twitch one did not happen for Christmas. Oh, hang on. Yeah, the Twitch Christmas giveaway did not happen. I'll tell you why. I had no one watching. So it was kind of impossible to do a stream with no one watching, like a giveaway with no one watching. So now we're starting to get some Twitch viewers. There will be a giveaway coming up in the later months. So make sure you're following my Twitch account as well, where I do live streams of the tank more regularly, just for fun. What else was I going to say, Amy?
I'm not sure. You didn't tell me.
No, I can't remember. Discord giveaway is going to end on the 9th, which is Sunday. And then,
Should I
yeah,
say more
we
about
got,
my channel?
you can in a second, we've got more giveaways coming on YouTube very soon. I'm going to go over to feed the multi-species tank in a minute, but Amy's got a few things she wants to say, so I'm going to leave you in her capable hands. Take the mic, Amy.
Okay, thank you. So I have done not many videos, as Outer Rock because I've been taking some time. But it is amazing, so you should check out the amazing Amy. I do really fun things on my channel. I do like talking about my aunts, and I'm gonna do some stuff on Twitch as well, but that'll be later on in the future. But I have got some gaming up there, so you can go check that out too. And afterwards, I hope you smile.
What kind of games do you play on your channel, Amy?
I play like Sims 4 and The Sims 3.
So,
they are really fun games. You can get them on the computer.
So if you like The Sims and you like watching The Sims, she's uploading Sims gameplay at the moment with her commentary all the way through. It's pretty phenomenal. Like I say, she's just a natural at this. I'm really not. She's just got that kind of natural flow. There you go. Ants England is already one of your subscribers.
Thank you, Ants England.
Yeah, like she is a great channel. But yeah, we're going to leave you there. I shall see you again 9 o'clock on the dot. Hopefully we'll have lots of people wanting to come in for the open mic night. I'm going to feed the multi-species tank. So I'm just going to put a 30-second timer on whilst I move the camera, get a couple of roaches out of the box, put them into boiling water, split them open, and then they'll be chucked in the tank. So until that point, you're just going to be watching a couple of ants. Yeah. Well, there's more than a couple of ants.
Yeah, like a lot of ants.
A lot of ants. So enjoy. I will see you again at 9 o'clock. It will just be me. Amy will be in bed by that point because she's a good girl and she goes to bed when she's told, don't you?
Yeah.
Yes, she does.
You won't see me.
You won't see her. But bye. Say bye.
Bye.
We'll see you again at 9 o'clock. So I'm just showing you the isopods feeding on cucumber at the minute. It's pretty insane how many there are in there. So I'll do that and then I'll move it to the main feeding area when I chuck the roaches in a minute. But see you in a bit. Hello there, and welcome to the Picnic Table Ant Chat with me, Tom, from Ants on the Rock. This is the 12th episode tonight, and it's turning out to be an amazing series. I'm really enjoying it, so thank you all for joining me again for another episode. We were supposed to have Tarantula Tasitic Enclosures tonight, but he sadly cannot make the stream. He is going to rearrange for later on in the month or slightly later than that, depending on scheduling. But we are going to get him in because he's got some really fantastic enclosures that I just really can't wait for him to show off. And he's got a really cool channel, to be honest. But so we've got a open mic night tonight, you could say. It's going to be really cool, really interesting. We've got some really great people joining us already. We've got Shane here, Ants, and former cast as well. So I'm just going to introduce them into the stream and let them all just start talking. So 2, 3. So hello everybody. Oh, they should be able to. You should be able to unmute yourselves.
Yes, figured it out.
There we go. There we go. So welcome everyone. If you want to go around and introduce yourself.
This is former cast. Welcome back.
And we have Ants. If you want to introduce yourself, buddy.
Hello, I am Ant. I run YouTube. That's pretty much it.
Cool. And we also have Shane, who has not been able to unmute his microphone at the moment, but I'm sure he'll come in very soon. So how is everyone? What's everyone been up to?
Well, I just got off of work, and we have a blizzard, and yeah, so you have to drive like super slow on the roads, and you can barely see.
Blizzard?
Yeah.
Like an actual blizzard?
We had a blizzard. It was crazy.
Wow. That I don't think we really get blizzards over here, not so much, especially where I live on the little island. We don't even get snow, really.
Right.
There's Shane. Hello, Shane. Do you want to introduce yourself for everyone, buddy? If you're there. Do you want to introduce yourself, Shane?
Okay.
Nope, he's gone quiet on us. That's all right. So I've got a few things to talk about with my ants just to keep the stream a bit more interesting. First, I need advice on what to do with my Manakaru bidder. So I am asking the community to give me some suggestions, basically. So a few months ago, they were doing really well. They got from like 10 to 15 workers, all the way from a queen on her own. So they were doing really well. They were eating, doing all the kind of usual stuff. But I noticed the workers just didn't look right. They would like circle around the outworld and sort of look like they didn't know what they were doing with themselves. They looked lost. It's got to the point now where I looked in the test tube the other day after seeing a few dead workers in the outworld. There's only one worker left. Only one worker left. So, yeah, the worker and the queen, sorry. One worker and the queen. They've got a massive pile of eggs. The test tube's still fairly clean. There's no mold, no reason that I can see why all the workers have just suddenly died off. So I don't know if anyone else has a suggestion. They are heated. They're in diapause at the minute, so they have slowed right down, but there's no real reason for them all to die off in the way that they have. I don't know. What does everyone in the community think?
Could have been possibly a food issue.
Say that again, buddy. Sorry.
Sorry. Could have been possibly a food issue. Like,
see, I thought that, but I feed all my colonies out of the like same batch, if you know what I mean. So if it was going to happen to one, you'd expect it to happen to another.
Think about possible mites, maybe? Because I know I had a colony that got mites randomly.
Possibly. I mean, I will check again. I don't like looking into the test tube very much. Obviously, not disturbing them. So I will check again. But I don't know. I haven't seen any mites, not like from view, but I suppose they are quite hard to see if you're not looking at them. Feeding regime at the minute is they're getting carbohydrates on a Monday, then on a Wednesday they get protein, and on a Friday they get carbohydrates again. Like the small colony, so I'm giving them little and often, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I just can't see why they've had a die off. They were doing really well. Like they were surprising me. Oh, there's Shane again. Hello, Shane. We can hear you, buddy.
We can hear you. I've had the same issue with my Formica and my Lasius neonigers.
I think it could also just come down to genetics.
They kind of just died off after a little bit.
Yeah.
So
the Ant Boy is here saying that the common issue with them is lack of humidity. Now that could be a issue in there because it's a dry setup basically. It's sand. Yeah, it's just sand, and the only real humid area is in the test tube. So maybe that is it. That could well be it. I suppose what I could do is add in some like sphagnum moss in around the outside areas sort of thing. And that would just raise the humidity level within the outworld. That's a very good point, Outboy. I honestly, I didn't think about the outworld section being not the right environment because they're still in the test tube. I didn't even consider it. Obviously, they're heated. Right. The outworld's heated because the whole thing's heated. But I didn't even consider that it might not be the right humidity. That's a schoolboy error on my behalf, isn't it?
Well, we all learn, right? We're all learning, so
yeah.
And that's why we do these type of things, so we can ask the community. You know, not anybody in the community is more, was not better than anybody else. We're all learning.
So. Oh yeah, I'm no better than anyone else. That's for sure.
It could have also just been a genetic issue because sometimes just workers don't. They can just deal with their genetically how they were from the queen, and even possibly even the males could also have an impact on their genetics.
Yeah.
So some workers die young.
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, I'm just hoping that she makes a comeback. I mean, at the point where she had like the 10 to 15 workers, I was really tempted to move them into a small nest, like a Venus nest or something along those lines. I actually looked at getting one made specifically for them, just because I knew something wasn't right the way the ants were acting. The workers were just wandering around the outworld. I would say they just seemed lost, not like doing their usual stuff. You know what I mean? Oh dear.
What kind of camera are you using for that?
This is, honestly, I have no idea what it is, but I can send you a link of it on Discord.
Cool.
Because I'm like that with technology now. I can do things like that. Slowly. It take me a minute, but I'm getting that. No, that's hang on.
There you go. Yeah, they're hungry.
There we go. It's a much better camera than what I had before. Like the quality on it's much better. It's got an inbuilt ring light. And yeah, it's just much better quality than what I had before. Between that and the microphone, it's made a massive change, I think.
There's someone else that wants to join in, but the link isn't working.
Oh, is it? No. Is that in Discord, is it?
Yeah. He just DM'd me.
Have a look.
Here, I'll send it to him.
I shall have a look in a second.
Or Casey Taylor.
Casey Taylor. Right, hang on. Here we go. Because I'm extra crazy, here is the link into the chat right now. There we go. I've sent you those pictures over Discord.
Can anyone hear me?
They're all right. We can hear you, Shane. You all right, buddy? We can hear you. Don't know if you can hear us. I don't know. Weird. And these Polyrachus dives are very hungry at the minute.
Yeah.
Oh. They've been almost non-stop the last few days.
I wish my colony of them didn't die.
Oh man,
Seems such a cool species.
Yeah.
They are really. They're one of the most interesting species I've got. Probably because of the tank they're in. To be honest, the environment's like just really cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like the way they interact with all the different things. We've got someone. Cat fart CT ants. Your device are not connected. Otherwise, I could add you into the stream. We go back to that. There we go. Ant boy, that is absolutely fine. If you've got a barking cough, like, don't push yourself for talking for us. God.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, I mean, we need you all well and like healthy so that you can send out all the orders that are built up after Christmas.
Oh, for sure.
Like,
Yeah,
I'm glad I
anyone hear
don't
me?
run a shop. Hello, Shane. We can hear you, buddy.
Oh, nice. Sorry, I had some issues going on.
Nah, that's all right, buddy. You're all right. I can't even remember what I was saying. Now I've lost my train of thought.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right, buddy. That's all right. Do you want to introduce yourself to everyone in the chat quickly?
Yeah. Well, I'm Shane. I've been keeping ants for 4 years, and I've kept over 15 species so far.
Wow.
Amazing.
So, what are your favourite species, Shane?
My favourite species is.
You're always asking the same questions. You know, you're always asking these questions. So I'm going to ask you now.
It's got to be the Fidoli inbreeding species.
Yeah. Okay.
And Camponotus nicobarensis, and my other favourite is, what do you call them again? Monomorium.
Okay, yeah.
Inbreeding species.
Yeah, I had some Monomorium once, but they actually didn't go as well as I thought they would.
Yeah, I believe that you have to start off with a biggish sort of size colony.
Yeah.
No, that's the preferred way, especially if it's species like Floricula.
Yeah, it's to like what do they call it? Budding, when you take it from the larger colony and yeah, I think it's called budding. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I actually had some of the ant ladies' personal Monomorium.
Yeah, same. The Fidoli Noda that I have was off the ant lady. It was a personal colony of hers.
Yeah, I mean, I was expecting them to do really well, but they just slowly died out. They didn't seem to like take to me as an ant keeper. I just couldn't get them to eat. I couldn't get them to do anything really.
I think it's a hit and miss with some species.
Yeah, definitely. I Camponotus are always hit and miss with me. Like I always try them with Camponotus. I'm hopeful that my latest venture into Camponotus is going to go a bit better, but we'll see.
You and me both, buddy.
Yeah. Did everyone sign in for the giveaway draw thing earlier?
Wait, was it through Discord or YouTube?
On the YouTube one. The Discord one's running until the 9th.
Oh, I don't think I've done the YouTube one, I don't think.
Ah, you missed it, man. No, hang on. No, you were on it. You were number 20.
Oh, was I? Oh, I couldn't remember if I'd done it or not.
Yeah, you were on it. You didn't win, I'm afraid. You didn't win, but it was great fun. We had a special guest. We had the amazing Amy, my daughter, came on and helped me pick the winners. It was really
nice.
fun. Yeah, like she's absolutely brilliant. She's got her own YouTube channel where she does like gaming videos, ant videos, yoga, random stuff. She's got a video up there about what she thinks about Boris Johnson.
Oh,
Yeah, that's highly amusing and well worth a watch if you fancy a little giggle. But she's
Yeah.
she's naturally just so charismatic. She's so much better on YouTube than I am. Like,
Oh wow.
if you watch her gaming videos, she's just naturally like, hey, if you want me to do this, put it in the comments below. Like, she's just naturally really good at it, and I can't do any of that. I forget. I get to the end of the stream and I forgot to even say sub to me, and she's like, I don't know, she's just got that charisma about her. She's brilliant. But yeah, so that was great fun. We had 3 winners. I will announce them. We had Dino. Won the top prize of 25. Ants Hood won the £15 voucher, and All Ants UK won the £10 voucher. For the first time ever, I used something called duck races. Have you ever seen duck races before?
No.
nope.
No? Right. You're gonna have to give me a minute because I'm gonna bring up duck races.
Okay.
We're gonna have a round. Like, I'm not doing a giveaway. I'm making that clear now. There is no prize for this duck race, but it is going to be awesome. I'm going to set it for 1.5 minutes of racing, and we'll set it for 40 ducks. Earlier, we had 43 ducks, and it gets very exciting. So
Sounds like a blast.
you're going to enjoy this. For any giveaway, anything you're going to do like a giveaway, use this. Right, it's called Duck Race, and it is phenomenal.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh wow.
that's really
And
cool.
you choose how many ducks you want and how long you want the race for. So, like I say, there's 40 ducks on there. Everyone was given a number,
Yeah.
and then you press go. I'm going to turn the sound off because that's just going to be insane. But it's really exciting.
So
Yeah.
what? Does everyone have to comment their numbers?
No, so what I did is everyone that commented and entered the giveaway, I put their
right.
name. I did a list of their names with the list of numbers, so everyone was assigned a number beforehand, and then there you go. Look, there's a little police duck. Go, police duck, go.
Bumblebee.
There was-
Look, it's Batman.
Look, number 33, Donald Duck.
Yeah.
Not Donald Duck, Donald Trump. Donald Trump.
That's
What a
hilarious.
legend. If
A
Donald
legend for
Trump
sure.
ever wins, I'm not going to be happy.
Oh, 25.
Oh, go on.
Oh,
We have got a question in the chat, and we'll answer that once we've finished our duck race. 'cause
go
this is very
33.
important.
Go 33.
Oh, one back duck. It all changes. It's so crazy. You can never predict who's going to win.
Right.
Go on. Oh, they're all falling back. Last 10 seconds. Final stretch. Oh, here they go. Going for it. All making that last run.
Who's gonna
Oh,
win, guys?
number 12.
Number 12.
Number 12. There you go. So yeah, that's duck races. Awesome. Highly advise using that for any giveaways you're going to do. Right, so we have a question from Casey Taylor. What do you guys think about bigger foraging areas to help replicate the large foraging areas in the wild? It's sort of I'm going to go first. It's sort of a mixed thing for me. Large outworlds can be scary for the ants. If you give them too much space when they're really small, they don't like to venture out into it. You'd be better off giving them a smaller outworld where they feel more comfortable, and they're more likely to use that more often because they're comfortable, they feel safe and all of that. If you give them a huge outworld, they're more likely going to wait until it's dark. They're going to try and sneak around, and any noises or vibrations will send them scurrying back to the nest rather than eating, and it will probably slow down their progress. I see what you mean, because obviously in the wild they just have unlimited amounts of space.
Mhm.
But I don't know. I know that in my personal opinion, captive ants have a higher success rate than ants in the wild because it is such a harsh environment to bring up a colony in the wild. I think we do have a higher success rate in captivity. Does anyone else want to jump in and comment on this?
Yeah, I'll go ahead.
Right, we'll go Shane first.
Well, personally, I think the bigger the outworld, the more like the ants won't forage around because they're afraid of predators that are gonna try and take their food or try and attack them or something like that. But in the long run, the smaller the outworld, the more better they'll do. The more they'll populate. I wouldn't suggest the bigger outworld until they're in the hundreds of thousands.
Hundreds of thousands, or just hundreds, or
hundreds or thousands.
till they're in larger numbers.
How big
Yeah.
is this outworld that you're streaming?
Yeah, what, the one I'm streaming, or the one where the one I'm streaming is about 4 foot. This tank.
Oh, okay.
So it's quite large.
Yeah.
I wanted a 2-meter tank really, but I just couldn't get a hold of one. And then this one come up, and it was quite cheap had like everything included, and I was just like, you know what, do it. They're going to deliver it to my house, so why not? You know, get a tank in.
Yeah, my Pogos, they have 2 outworlds that, well, kind of. So I have one set up where it has gravel and it has their water, and they go and drink their water in there. And then the other one, which connects to their nest, has all their food. So I drop their food in there and put their seeds in there. And so.
Yeah. So what I tend to do is I start with quite a small outworld, and then I normally try and get an outworld with multiple connections, so you can attach the nest to one and then attach a second outworld when they start to grow, and then I'll move the feed into the further outworld, or I'll start to divide things so that they're using all the space. When they do get bigger, I do recommend using the larger outworlds. Obviously, the colony we're watching on the screen now was probably a couple of hundred before I put them in this tank. Well, I know they were a couple of hundred because they were trying to bite me when I was moving them. They were in quite a small tank, and it was definitely too small for them. But it was perfect whilst they were in the test tube. It was perfect whilst they were growing. But when they got to like larger numbers and they wanted to move the graveyard further away from where the colony was nesting, that's when it became an issue. You could tell that the formicarium was too small because they wouldn't put down an official graveyard site. They would carry around their dead like for days and days and days, looking for somewhere far enough to place it. So that to me meant that the outworld area was far too small, and that was when it was time to move them. So I hope that helps a little bit. Ants, did you have anything you want to chuck in on this one?
Yeah, so I think this just depends on, it's a species by species basis pretty much, because there's ants that absolutely love to go far and wide, like Limatopum piculatum or some Monomorium species. And so getting a larger space as they get bigger is both either a needed thing or just a thing that'll help them out in the long run, especially with ants that love to trail. They eventually will try to get out to explore more spaces.
For sure.
I've experienced that with all of my Solenopsis, Monomorium, and now my Limatopum. It's just sort of like a trailing ant thing.
My Pogos were the inspiration for the question as well as my Tetramorium.
That's fair. Yeah, Pogos and Tetramorium.
Boy 21 ants
works and makes maintenance easier with many species.
So Boy 21 ant says, I'm a new ant keeper.
So
I've only had my Emissar barbarus colony for 8 months, and I'm worried about getting pests like mites. What to look out for? I've only got a smallish outworld. I boil the food, mealworms.
As long as you're boiling it, you should be all right. Mites can obviously still work their way into the colony. It's not always on the food, but that's the most likely place you get them from.
Right.
Like I say, as long as you're boiling it, you should be all right. I've never had a mite problem. Touch wood, fingers crossed. I've never had mites on my ants.
Yeah, you definitely don't want mites.
It's
No, 'cause
definitely a
like,
difficult
unless you
thing
act
to deal with.
fast. Yeah, I mean, the best thing to do is obviously get the predatory mites. I wouldn't even try anything else now. I'd just go straight to predatory mites and they'll sort it right out.
Even still, that can be a little bit iffy because I had a queen that came in with a few predatory mites on her, or not predatory, parasitic, and it moved to my very large black crazy ant colony,
Yeah.
and it started wiping them out. I got predatory mites, but it was a little bit too late.
Mhm.
But overall, you really shouldn't have to worry about mites. It was
Oh,
just a really unlucky instance.
Hey, Lexi.
Yeah.
Welcome
Yeah.
to the stream.
I mean, mites shouldn't be an issue if you're obviously boiling all your food and stuff. That's the main source of mites.
I've never had a problem with mites, so we'll see.
I've only ever
No.
had mites once with my Campanotis vagus.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and you've been keeping them how long? 4 years, 6 years?
4 years,
Nice.
4
coming up
years, yeah,
5
so
years now.
that's quite, that's quite a long time. So
Yeah.
I've been keeping, I'd like to say I've been keeping ants for 12 years, which I have, but I've only really been doing it like properly for the last year and a half, 2 years. Like before that, I only ever had one colony and it didn't even have a queen. It was just a load of workers that I would replace every year.
The
Yeah,
first time
but
I
that-
actually
that was
proper
the old
started
school.
like keeping colonies was 2017.
Okay, so only 4 or 5 years ago, a few years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was keeping in 2017 too.
Yeah. It seems like a good year for it. Was there a reason you guys started?
Ants Canada.
Mine was also partially Ants Canada, but the majority of the place where I learned how to keep was actually Ants Australia.
Nice.
Okay.
So I'm having issues with your with the video. It won't let me like comment or anything. It says video unavailable. I don't know why.
On what video is that?
On YouTube.
Oh,
So
Let me check.
that's odd.
yeah, video unavailable. I tried both of my accounts. So
As in this live stream is unavailable on YouTube.
yeah, it says unavailable for me. So I'm not allowed to see it for some reason.
Okay.
It's open for me, from what I've seen now.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, it
What
says
are we
this
talking
video
about?
is
YouTube?
Yeah. It says this video is restricted. Please check your Google Workspace administrator or the network.
Hmm.
That's weird.
Yeah.
That's
I'll
very,
Google it.
very weird. Maybe it's because you're on it, but no, I don't know.
I could comment yesterday or
Yeah.
on Sunday. So
Yeah, that's very odd. I can't honestly tell you why.
Have you
I
tried
hope no one
refreshing
else has an issue. Say that again?
yeah, I've done that.
Have you tried refreshing it, Formicast?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Hit
Weird.
it on the side, turn it off and on again. That's my solution with text.
Okay, there's a way to do it. Hold on, figure it out.
There's always a way to do it.
There's always a way. Well, I subscribe to with my gaming channel, so there you go.
Oh, cool.
Sure.
Always welcome another subscriber. It's actually gone up like really fast lately. It's on like 405, 406 or something.
It's 200. It's 407 currently. I'm looking at it right now.
Oh, 407. That's mind blowing. Like mind blowing. I thought my other channel was doing well when it got to 30. And it stayed at about 30. I think it's on 33 right now. That's just mind blowing. Like I never expected to have that many subscribers, or to be honest, I never expected to do a stream and have 5 or more people watching it and chatting.
It's pretty great, isn't it?
I no one would be there. Like, it would just be me.
Well, that's what I thought when I started.
Cool.
That's what I thought when I started the podcast. It's like, yeah, who's gonna show up? Who's gonna actually listen to this? So.
Yeah, and it just sort of spreads, and it's really cool the way it's like growing. The community's expanding all the time, you know. Whilst we've got 5 seconds, I'm gonna just do a little bit of advertising, just so everyone knows that on Sunday, start 8:30, we're going to do a live feed in the tank, and then 9 o'clock UK time, as always, we will have an interview. The interview this Sunday is going to be with Paul Moore Art Ant Shop. They're absolutely awesome. They are based in Canada, so if you're over that way, you might have already heard of them. If you're in the UK, they might be new to you. They're definitely worth a look at. It's going to be really interesting chatting to them, hearing about their new products and things that they've got going on.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Coming on Sunday.
Yeah.
I've also got all my normal videos resuming from this point. A review video on Monday. You've got another picnic table next Wednesday, and then you've got my other video on Saturday. I've jumped ahead as well because we've got a video this Saturday, which is the video that you voted for. I will tell you now which video you voted for, because in the competition you had to vote for the colony that you wanted to see in the next video. The votes were between the Polyrhacus dives, the one you're watching now, the bullet ants, the Murano plus bicolors, and the Lasius niger, known as the imposters. And the winners were the bullet ants by a massive proportion. I gave up tallying it because they just completely smashed it, basically. So yeah, on this Saturday coming, we will have the bullet ants, and then on Sunday we have the picnic table live stream with Paul Moore Art Ant Shop. So don't miss either of them; they're going to be brilliant. And then the next video I've got coming out next Saturday is also another one you do not want to miss. I've done a few sneak previews on my Patreon and things like that. I've given a few hints, but I haven't really told you what is going to be there. It's definitely one you don't want to miss. I'm not going to say any more than that, even though I really want to. Just don't miss that video because it's going to be a cracker. But anyways, back to the ant chat. Hi, Elwin. Hi, Lexi. We've got quite a few people in and out of the chat at a minute, which is quite interesting. Quite cool. And yeah, that's it from me. So if anyone else wants to chat, feel free, say something.
Yeah, I think I know what's wrong with my YouTube thing. I'll get it figured out. But
go on.
I think I put some on my computer and it blocked it. So I gotta find it and just remove it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But that'll get it fixed because I'm gonna
that's
need
not
it.
great. You don't want to block my channel.
Definitely don't want to block your channel or anyone's channel.
No.
I can't watch it.
No.
Stuff. No, it says
Well,
because on YouTube when I went to look on it, hold on, let me just read it again. I don't know if you heard me or not, but it says restricted mode on. Then it won't allow me to take it off. It says turn down by your network administrator to hide potential mature videos. I'm like, I'm an adult. I should be able to say that. But
well,
yeah.
if YouTube's not sure, we better all question it.
Yeah. Well, can I watch it on Twitch? I'll find out.
Yeah, you can find us on Twitch on the Answer Rock Twitch page. We've got a question here from Antboy UK. Have you used other feeder insect, barmedes, crickets? If so, what did your colonies prefer and why? I think this is a question to me. I generally use the ones that I've got. So I breed my Mario worms. I breed dubia roaches. I love to feed them wax worms just because they're really easy to feed to them, really. And they're like one wax worm is more than enough for a founding colony, if you know what I mean, rather than having to cut up the roaches and things like that. So it just works well. Other things I've tried are pinkies. They love pinkies, but I've only done that with the Polyrhacus dives because they're the only ones big enough to process it. Crickets, I try and stay away from because they're just horrible things. Like, I had one escape. It got under my bed, spent like a week out running around the house, and the wife went absolutely nuts. So I try and stay away from crickets. I actually haven't done many other things. I used to occasionally, like I said, back before I properly started ant keeping and I just had the colony of workers, just Lasius niger caught from my garden, I would give them ham. But that was basically the advice. Like, I'll find out the book at some point. It's the worst ant keeping book I've ever read. And it's like, give them ham and give them cucumber. And that was basically it. Like, no, you don't. Like, they need so much more than that. Like, it didn't even have like a section in the book about hydrating the nest or anything. It was just really, really bad book. But that was back in the day. But no, I haven't really tried other things. What about either of you two, Ants and or Formicast? Have you tried other things other than the standard?
I have extensively used frozen mice and rats to feed larger colonies, like my old 80K worker Solenopsis invicta colony.
Dang.
And I've used ham extensively and chicken as well for that reason exactly too.
Yeah, I've given my pogos grilled chicken. Which they tore it up. I didn't give them like a big chunk. I gave them like a couple shreds and they ate it. I've given them mealworms, the normal stuff. I've, pre-killed a cricket, gave them that. They're like my biggest colony. It's not that big. It's only like 100 workers, but still, they're like they're most successful. I haven't, had any issues with them. I've had them for close to 2 years now, and they've been doing amazing.
Oh wow! Yeah. I just thought whilst you were saying that, I have fed my colonies. I can't even remember which colony it was. It might have been the Polyrhacus dives. I fed them a prawn, and they didn't go for it until it had like slightly dried out. But they did seem to enjoy it at that point. And I interviewed someone recently who said that they had been feeding their ants prawns, and we were watching it live, and they were definitely eating it. So that's another option. I suppose it's anything kind of meaty, isn't it? Any kind of meat product, fish product is going to be all right for them because it's just protein.
Yeah, especially for bigger colonies too. That's really good to use.
Yeah. I've been thinking about.
Yeah, I don't think I'll give them my protein powder.
No, probably not a good idea.
Go on, Formicast. You were saying something, buddy.
I was gonna say I was considering actually trying to feed them like a dubia roach, but I get freaked out by roaches, so I don't know.
Yeah, roaches are weird. The best thing you can do with roaches, or anything really, is hold it. Just get it out of the box and hold it and get over your fear. Because the minute you can get over your fear, they're so much easier, Like trying to catch one when you're scared of it, and trying to catch one when you're happy it dives in is two completely different experiences,
Yeah. Do you guys know what a brown lacrosse is?
Oh yeah.
Sorry?
A brown lacrosse?
I have heard of a brown recluse. What is it?
So I saw one today at work, actually, in one of the bathrooms I was cleaning, and I didn't realize that it was there until after I was almost done. And I was like, yeah, I've seen like 3 or 4 of these things on the job already. And I'm like, yeah, and they don't die either. So it's like, yeah. But other than that, I told my former roommate, and he was like, yeah, just don't get bit by one of those. It's going to hurt really bad. So.
If you run into another one, could you send me a photo of it?
Yeah, I could do that.
Because I don't think brown recluses actually expand this far north. I think they mostly stay more central U.S. as south U.S.
Yeah, I'm in Michigan.
I'm in Wisconsin.
Oh, nice.
Are they far apart?
No, we're like neighbors pretty much in the
Yeah.
States.
Pretty much.
Oh, okay. So did you get the blizzard as well then?
Oh yes, we got it. We got hit hard last night.
Yeah, we just got hit right now, and we're getting hit more tonight. So. Yeah.
Well, see, it's really cold here, but it's probably not gonna snow. We're not that lucky. There's too much salt in the air around me, like lots and lots of salt.
We have about a foot of snow outside right now. I'm looking out the window.
Yeah.
Whoa. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Like where I grew up in the middle of Dartmoor, and that's like a bit further in country. That's always got snow. Even in summer, it snows up there.
Yeah.
Which is nice. But I don't really get it where I live now, unless say I'm surrounded by water.
Honestly, snow is like really nice in the beginning of the year, but as like it goes on, winter lasts around about 5 months here. It lasts from like sometimes October all the way down to May, and you kind of get sick and tired of it when you're waiting for the warm season for ants.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, well, England's not much better. Our summer's meant to be a bit longer, but this year we had about a week of summer, and the rest of it was just pants.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's English weather for you.
Okay.
So it's not too hot. It's raining.
So I found an article. Our brown lacrosse spiders found in Michigan, and this was June 26, 2018. Brown lacrosse spiders are pretty rare in Michigan, but as outside of their natural range. They do not, however, extend into Michigan. Mainly just the country's middle, western, and southern states. So that's definitely not a brown lacrosse, because I've seen many of these spiders, and it's definitely not that good.
If you send a photo to me, I could probably get it ID'd.
Yeah. Next time I see one, I'll definitely take a picture and send it to you.
All right.
But they're rare.
Cool.
So.
See that ant run past on the screen then?
Yeah.
Made me jump. Auntie Matters is saying he's not going to hold a roach in a million years. He uses 1 foot tweezers.
Well, like I said during the interview with me on Sunday, I have a fear of them, mainly because I had a bad experience of having them. From that dresser. But yeah, man, they freak me out.
I can't even hold dubia roaches because I'm allergic to them.
Oh, that sucks.
You're allergic to them?
Yep.
Wow, I've not heard of that before.
It's relatively rare. That's why. Like all of a sudden, like I'll hold them and immediately I start rashing up.
Oh wow! So proper allergic reaction.
Yep, but it's not like any other roach too. Like I've held my Madagascar hissing cockroaches, and they don't even give me a rash or anything.
So it's just dubious. Wow, that's weird. That is weird. My daughter went to a reptile thing the other day, and she was there holding snakes and roaches and everything that was there. She was holding it. She did not care. Like absolutely fearless. It was brilliant to watch.
I'm thinking about holding my scorpion eventually because it seems to be extremely docile. We've literally had to like move it out of the way, and it hasn't stung or anything.
What scorpion have you got?
I have 2 emperor scorpions, so they're non-venomous ones. That's the only reason why I'm considering it.
Yeah, I went with the Asian forest scorpion simply because it's slightly smaller than the emperor, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I'd assume so because emperors get pretty big.
Yeah. Basically, when I was measuring out how large they get and how large the tank I had was, it would be like almost a 2-to-1 ratio. Like if they were stood with their legs wide open, they'd be about half the width of the tank. And I thought that's too small for what I'd want. You know, I'm not comfortable putting something in that. So I went with the Asian mollusk, which is slightly smaller.
Is it venomous?
Which is absolutely awesome. I got a UV light. Have you ever tried a UV light? It has got venom, but it feels like a wasp sting.
Ah. Also, yeah, I've used the UV light on
But yeah,
mine.
I would highly suggest getting a UV light because it makes it shine up. Yeah, I'm just thinking, can I show my video on YouTube, or is that going to really push my internet to the extreme? We shall find out, won't we?
It's sounding like, and from the video feed I'm looking at, it looks like it's pushing the internet.
Yeah, I know. Hang on, we'll see. It's a 49-second video, so we shall see if we can get it on, just for anyone that hasn't seen it. Right, that's on now. Yeah, cool. Right, ignore my feed. My kids watch stuff. Right, we need to mute it. There, look at that.
Wow.
Look at that. Beautiful, isn't it? And
They're
like,
absolutely beautiful creatures.
Yeah, the UV light makes it shine up that like greeny fluorescent kind of color. So it's so cool. Like, it was really hard to film, but yeah, look at that. So as you can see, it's got the large pincers and the small stinger, but it is slightly venomous, but it would just feel like a bee sting. It wouldn't really cause any damage to me. So yeah,
if I ever get a
scorpion.
chance to go to Arizona, I'm going to be looking for some giant desert scorpions.
Oh yeah, see, I was looking at desert scorpions and stuff, but like I said, I just went with this one. It was
Nice.
the easiest way to start in the scorpion hobby because it's not something I've done before.
My scorpions were a little bit of a impulse buy.
Okay, yeah. See,
I know what I was
planned-
doing, but I wasn't planning on buying them.
No, I wanted mine for ages. I had to actually convince my wife to let me have it because she thought it was too close to a spider. Right, which is next on the list of like convincing her to let me have is a massive tarantula.
My mom is the same way.
Like, when me and my wife first got together, I was keeping ants at the time, and she would help me like go catch them, and she was really into it. And then I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm buying a Goliath bird-eating spider." And she's like, "No, you're not." And that was literally the end of the conversation. I never got this bird-eating spider. I got a wife instead. So one day I will have a Goliath bird-eating spider. But the next massive tank that I'm planning, which is going to be like 4 meters squares or something crazy like that, it's going to have like a snake in it and ants, possibly 2 colonies of ants, just all sorts of stuff, like a proper huge environment. It's going to be interesting.
My mom was the same way when it came to tarantulas because I was constantly wanting to get into tarantulas, and we were going to a reptile show, and we stumbled upon a very I think the 4th largest tarantula species in the world, and we got 2 of them.
Wow. I love it, but it's just something. It's another matter having spiders, isn't it? Most people don't like spiders.
Oh yeah, I mean ants are one thing, but spiders are people have a very big fear of spiders.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, my wife's never happy when the ants get out. We found one on our bed once, and we were like, "Oh no!" It was only Lasius niger, but the worst thing was we couldn't tell what colony it came out of because they all seemed sealed up. And I've got like 5, 6. I've got 9 colonies of Lasius niger at the moment, and it was like, okay, well, we're never going to work that one out. Oh dear. In fact, I remember when I had my Mesobarbarus in one of those. They were using one of those little square founding out worlds that you pop the test tube into. You know the ones. And
Yeah.
where the top was a hinge, they were pushing up the hinge side in like making a little gap, literally just climbing straight out. And there was like Mesa Barbarous were getting everywhere. Like I managed to sort it out fairly easily, but I was, she wasn't happy.
My Fatally Megacephala did the same with their smaller outworld when they were like a colony of maybe 500 workers. They managed to kind of they pushed it just barely enough to get like miners out, and it was just a single major with her head stuck that was causing it.
Nightmare. Yeah. See, some ant species are just nightmares for it. Mesa Barbarous are quite well known for they'll build up mounds of dirt and stuff along the side of their outworld so that they can push the lid off.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
So, yeah, it's an interesting habit that they have, but it's rather irritating as well.
So
I just leave my Mesa Barbarous for months, and they do good.
Yeah. Sorry, former cast, you were going to say something. Go on, buddy.
I was going to say I'm going to get going here. I got to make dinner and stuff, but I did want to ask you a question though.
Yeah, of course, buddy.
What is your goals for this year for your show?
That is a hard one, to be honest. I don't really have goals. What I dream of is just getting everyone chatting.
Yeah.
Like, if we can just connect more and more people, from different countries. I mean, tonight we were hoping to have Tarantula Tasitic Enclosures. That's completely different from ants, you know what I mean? But his style of enclosure is so cool. We could incorporate that into what we do, and I just want to connect all these dots and build a really cool hub, if you know what I mean, which it is becoming. We've got 10 people in the chat right now, and they've been coming and going, and it's building that community. So it's not really a goal for me as such. I just want to help build that community to the best of my ability. Obviously, I'd like to get a few more subscribers and build my community and following and whatnot, but it's more about just people chatting and getting together, sharing their knowledge, learning off each other. And like you say, I want to get those people from different areas. I've got Persia ocelots coming on in a couple of weeks. Again, that's completely different to ants. It's just I want to get those dots because there is stuff in that we can incorporate. And even if it's not incorporatable, it's going to be interesting to listen to. Yeah, I'm just so passionate about everyone connecting. Just getting everyone together and see what happens.
Yeah,
that's really my goal. If that makes sense.
I'm glad that's your focus for 2022, though.
No, thank you for that. Thank you for the question as well.
Yeah, no problem. So I'm gonna head out. I gotta make dinner. So
thank you for joining us, buddy.
All right,
it was really good having you, and we shall see you again soon, I'm sure.
Sounds good. All right, former cast out.
See you later. And that's that. The former cast is gone. We still have ants. And if anyone else wants to join in the chat, I can always put the link in, and you're more than welcome to jump in. We're just chatting away random stuff and watching the multi-species tank. And that's my hand that you can see a reflection of. I don't know. Hello, 5 Stones. I don't know. I don't think I've met you before. I don't think you've come on the streams before. So welcome to the streams. And Tammy Hutchinson, I don't believe I've met you before either, so welcome to the streams. Thank you for joining us. If you've got any questions, feel free to ask.
I have a question for you, actually.
Oh yeah, go for it.
What do you think? Would you ever think about getting an inbreeding species, besides from dives, because they're known for inbreeding, but another species?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I went for Monomorium pseudopaccum a while back, and it just didn't take off. I have no problem with pretty much any colony. I don't want to sound big-headed, but I've done a lot of research into most ant species, and anything I don't know, I'll go and research more. I've got the ability and space to handle pretty much any ant colony. And if I haven't like now, I will do in the future. So it's not really an issue. I definitely would. The only thing that I've always said, or not always said, recently said, is I'm not going to have Solenopsis geminata or Invicta, strictly because they're more stressed than fun, if you know what I mean. Like the rate of growth and aggression and all of that, like they're really stressful, which again could happen with the inbreeding species. But I find like the Monomorium was so much like not tame, that's not the word, but subdued. They were much more subdued ant species. You can actually feed them. You could actually take the feeders back out, yeah, so I've got no problem with inbreeding ants at all. What about you?
Well, a lot of my ant species that I have, or at least quite a few, are inbreeding. I have had Monomorium Sovopacum, but they ended up dying out because the queen died, which is just unfortunate. I had Phaedulae megacephala, which are the inbreeding big-headed ants. I currently have Tetramorium bicarinatum. I've got black crazy ants. I've had Argentines. I just sort of go everywhere when it comes to those inbreeding ants.
Yeah, wow.
I think soon I'm getting Floricola, too.
Yeah, okay, nice.
I'm just really big into those guys.
No, I do like those ants. They're very small, though. That's the only problem. I prefer the bigger ants just because I can see them.
Yeah, that's always been an issue with, especially my parents, because I have all my ant stuff actually in my living room in a huge shelf.
Yeah.
So they'll go looking around, and the only one that they really watch is my Australian sugar ants because they're really the only big ant there.
Yeah, exactly. I just have to deal with something for 1 minute. I'm just muting my mic, and I will be back in about 1 minute.
All right.
I am back. Sorry about that. The amazing Amy has just lost a tooth.
Oh.
Yeah. So I just had to say, well done. Tooth Fairy's going to come and all of that lot,
Yeah.
I love the Tooth Fairy. I normally forget about the Tooth Fairy. Wake up early in the morning, I'm like, oh no, Tooth Fairy hasn't been. Tell you what, it's the worst thing is being an adult because you have to be so many fictional characters at the same time. Oh dear.
Here in the U.S., many people just, at least recently from what I've seen, many people just sort of Santa Claus and all that. I've met quite a few kids, at least who were my age in elementary school, just didn't believe in that stuff. Of course, I was one of the ones who did. I'm going to quickly be right back. I need to check on if my Monomorium are escaping or not, so I'm currently moving them.
Yeah, no problem. You get on that, buddy. Oh, Ants England, you've got Nico's colony from Ant Boy. It'd be great to have you back on the picnic table again at some point, Ants England. and maybe you could give us a little showing of your ants or something. But I remember our last chat, that was a really good one, actually. I really enjoyed that stream. Should we have a little look around the tank and see what's going on? Obviously, that's the Polyrhacus dice feed, and we'll zoom out. Ooh, zoom out for this bit. That's the nest, shining like an angel in the light. Got a little halo. Huge nest it is now. They've made it massive all the way up to those sticks, which I added in that video not that long ago. Got random ferns growing out of the places they shouldn't be again. Gonna have to do another cut back at some point. We got isopods going nuts with their cucumber. That jelly pot needs to come out, but it's not too bad because the ants don't actually eat the jellies. The beetles do. So they can have it a little bit longer than the ants as well. They've got a bit of a hardier digestive system. Yeah. I do like the autofocus on this camera. It's been crazy. Yeah, Ants England. I'll show you again just because I can on this camera. Yeah, absolutely ridiculous. Hello, Ants. Thanks for coming back. Let's zoom in and have a little, yeah, like crazy as well. Like the crazy thing about it is when you look really closely, you can see that like there's probably about 100 ants on the outside of it all the time. Like they're just there, like in guard mode, you know, doing what they do. But it's really cool because it's like you can see all the little entrances and like the holes, and you can kind of work out that it's formed layer upon layer. Like they built one chamber, sealed that off, built another chamber on top, and you don't like I don't think all the chambers have access to each other. You have to come out to go back into another entrance port or something. It's really interesting. But like, I'd love to see the inside of it. I'd love to have like it's awesome, isn't it? And it goes all the way down into the jug. Like they live in the jug as well. They started off in the jug. When I moved them into the tank, they were only in the jug, and they've just sort of expanded up. Like if you've watched from the start of the tank, there's on the right hand side there's a bit of driftwood which points upwards, and they sort of made a nest between the driftwood and the jug. As you can see them carrying loads of stuff back. That's so cool, the little trail of them going up. And then during the summer they moved into the bush on the left, the elephant's fern, I think it's called, elephant ear fern. And then again they've moved back. Like when they did that, I saw that they were looking for more space, so I added in this like claw looking bit of driftwood, which is what they made into that massive ball. And then a couple of weeks back I added in these sticks as like a super highway for them to get about, and as you can see they do exactly that. And now they built all the way up the glass to the sticks. They can't go much higher because that's the barrier there. They can't go any higher than that or I'll be screwed. Which it did look like they were gonna build in this corner once. They were building all the way up towards the very corner where the talc is, and all I did was I just put a little bit of rubbing alcohol on my finger, rubbed it along the glass. The minute they smelt that, they were like, nope, and they turned around and built somewhere else.
Do you think eventually that this entire tank is just going to become the colony? They'll just become the entire nest?
Eventually, yes. That's one of the reasons I want to move it like to a massive. So this one is going to go into the 4-meter formicarium. That will basically be built around this tank. This tank will be dismantled within it, and it will be incorporated as it is. Like, so I don't have to pick up the nest. I don't have to move anything. It will literally be incorporated as it is into the larger environment.
Yeah, that's awesome though.
Yeah, it's going to be a big project. I'll say a very, very big project. Lexi, I've got a question from Lexi. Do I try the products of the people I interview? I try to try everyone's products, to be honest, because I don't want to be biased. I've currently got stuff coming from Tar Heel. I've tried most people's stuff locally, and I'm starting to stretch out to other countries now. Obviously, with shipping and stuff, it's slightly more expensive. But yeah, I try to try everyone's products because I want to know what I'm talking about. I also do a lot of research into everyone I interview as well, just to have like stuff we can talk about. I know what's going on and that sort of stuff. But yeah, I do try to have use the products as well, because like I say, it's just good to have an idea of what you're talking about. And I think it's, what's the word, courteous, isn't it? If you're going to spend the time on my channel, I may as well spend a bit of money actually using your products. Yeah, I just think it's like, it'd be rude not to, wouldn't it? It'd be very rude.
That's one thing that I always found difficult with doing product reviews, especially if they're your friends. It's very hard to stay unbiased.
Yeah. I mean, I tend to gone away from product reviews as much because just so many people were doing them, and not just that. Like, to do a real product review, you need to do the unboxing, then like use it for like 6 months. Like, you need to have a colony that's gone bad, you need to have a colony that's gone well, and you need to have learned something, if you know what I mean. Like, just coming in and saying, oh yeah, this nest is brilliant. Like, yeah, it might well be brilliant, but that's just not that helpful, if you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
I want to know what's gone wrong with the nest. I want to know what you've done to fix it, what problems I could have, are tubes gonna fit, you know, all these little details. That's what I'm looking for in the reviews, and so I've kind of moved away from them. But as anyone who knows me knows, I'm a very nice person, but I do speak my mind. And if I think a product's rubbish, I will say that's a load of crap. And I have no problem saying that. Yeah, like, I think honesty is the best policy. You know, if I was to say every product that I've ever tried was brilliant, I would be lying.
That's what I liked a lot about Ansub too, is that he's very critical on how nests are, and he will spot out every like little issue, and I really like that. Some people call it nitpicking, but it just shows that he actually cares about the review.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, that's what I like Ant's Hood's reviews. They're really good. In fact, I've watched many of his, and KB's. I watch a lot of KB's reviews and his care guides as well, just because they're well put together. But like, yeah, I it's just, yeah, I would have to sit there and really think long and hard about doing a proper review again, just because I'd want to give good quality. I mean, I much prefer doing the video reviews, to be honest, because I mean, I'm sat here watching the Ant videos as well. You may as well hear my side of it. And yeah, I don't know. I just really enjoy that. And again, I get to take the mickey out of people, like Ant's Hood. I always take the mickey out of Ant's Hood, but he's a good guy. He knows I love him.
I haven't had much talk with Ant's Hood, but from what I've seen, he's a pretty good guy. I've always just sort of talked with the Colonialist. He kind of helped me out on YouTube.
See, JB, the Colonialist, has sort of disappeared at the moment. I think he's just got a lot going on, so completely fair enough to him. Which is a shame,
I talked to him recently, though.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I'm sure he's doing well, so no one worry. I'm sure JB's fine. He's just doing what he's got to do, you know. But Ant's Hood is brilliant. He's been a close friend of mine since I got serious into the hobby. Yeah, he's a great laugh as well. Great laugh. I always like to take the mickey out of it. We call him Alcoholic Hood, but he's not an alcoholic at all. Not at all. But why not? You know. Bless him. He knows his stuff. You know. He's a good guy and he knows his stuff. Hood is probably having a granddad nap tonight. Heard his ears burning. There you go. Ants Hood, where are you located exactly, buddy, or roughly? I know you're in the UK, somewhere middle of the UK, somewhere. See, I'm really easy. I'm right at the very bottom of the UK, but if you say anywhere else, it could be anywhere in the UK because it's just, I'm right at the bottom. I'm at the best part because I've got my own little island. Leicestershire, that's where Ansford's from. See, that's up north somewhere. That's all I can tell you, because pretty much everywhere is up north somewhere from me. Oh, that's brilliant.
So I heard you guys are having that weird, well, not really weird. It's kind of actually cool ant convention that Ant Antics is planning.
Yeah, Ant Antics and I think Wakushi are getting together to do an ant convention. Yeah, it's going to be really good. I'm going to go. Lots of other people are going to go. I think lots of YouTubers are going to go, obviously. And it's going to be a great chance to meet everyone, see some products and stuff. It's actually really surprising because me, JB, the colonialist, Ants Hood and Antscapes were actually planning to do the same thing later on this year, probably around October, November time. In a different, like they're doing one in Wales, and we were looking at doing one like more central England, London, maybe, or wherever. But it's really interesting that they've already got one on the go. I think like I'm going to learn a lot from what they're doing, if you know what I mean, and I'm going to try and take that knowledge and put it into the one that we're going to do. We're not going to try and rival them in any way. If anything, I want to work with them, and like if we could have their AntCon and then Ant exhibition or whatever ours turns out to be, it's just more chances to showcase what we got and all of that lot, showcase what we got, meet together and just have a great time. I think it could grow really well, especially if we do get together and like team up. We could be like, it could be amazing. It could be like, what do they call that other one? Game card? No. What's that other one?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I'm not 100%.
Where they all dress up. What's that one? Marvel Con? No. Comic Con. That's it.
Comic Con, yes. There it is. Yeah, Comic Con.
Yeah. If we could get as big as Comic Con, could you imagine that? I mean, it probably wouldn't ever get that big because that's just insane. But you never know. Like, we're all nerds. You'll be a bit of a nerd to go to Comic Con. If maybe we could like squeeze in on their target market and sell more tickets to fund it. I don't know.
I think really here in the US, I really couldn't see anything like that forming. I think the closest thing that we have to a convention where ant keepers meet is just a bunch of ant keepers randomly planning on going to this specific location to go look for ants, because that's what's happening here in the Midwest of the US.
Yeah, see, now that is cool. That is cool. Like, I would always be up for meeting up with a load of ant keepers and going ant finding and stuff. That's awesome. But it's not really a convention, is it? That's weird as well, because in the US, you'd expect them to have that already. Like, you've got everything over there. But I don't know, maybe once it's successful in the UK, it will stretch to America. I don't know. Someone else will probably take up that.
Yeah. More than likely.
Yeah, Ants England is saying, am I going to dress up as an ant? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Right? I have a hat, and I'm going to make it work. I'm going to be an ant one day. I actually saying I'm going to be an ant. I turned into a badger once. I did a survival training up in Scotland when I was younger. When they literally just leave you in the middle of the forest and say survive. And I ended up becoming quite obsessed with the badgers that were trying to kill me during the night. And when I got home, like after however long it was in the forest, I went and got my hair dyed and cut to look like a badger's head. It was pretty cool, actually. But there you go, bit of random information for you. When I was younger, I could get away with doing anything to my hair because I was in a rock band, so it was like it's all part of the look, isn't it?
Yeah.
Lexi's saying that she should make or there should be a Canadian-US convention of some sort. Maybe Paul Moore should get on that, lead the way, and try and gather a few more people. I mean, that's exactly what I did. I just set up a committee and said, let's get this sorted. We were looking into insurances and venues and things like that. So, yeah, just form a little committee and try and sort something out. Like, nothing's impossible. I live by the rule that if you want to do something, you can do it. Like, it doesn't matter what it is, you can do it. There's always a way.
I could definitely see something like an convention forming in Canada. But
Yeah.
the thing is with the US is that it's so huge. Like, it is such a massive, like, dispersed area of, like, ant
Yeah.
keepers. It would have to be, like, state by state type of convention.
Yeah, I mean, that would be cool. You could like do one every couple of weeks. And how many states is there? 50 states? 51
50,
states?
yeah.
50. Right, so what's that? 36 weeks a year. You'd have to do like 2 a week to cover all the states.
Yeah.
That would be awesome. You'd literally do like one AntCon, pack it down, move to the next place and get going again. That'd be awesome. You'd literally live your life on the road.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Like, yeah, I could do that. But again, I was in a rock band. Living on the road sounds good to me. I've got 3 kids. Living on the road sounds good to me.
I think the idea of an ant convention is very good because we always have reptile conventions here in the US.
Yeah.
Like, they're all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, the invert shows over here are quite big as well. We've got, I think, 4 or 6 or something. We've got quite a few invert shows over in England. I haven't actually been to any yet. I'm going to next year, but my schedule's just been so hectic between everything I do. Yeah, but I think after I've got a strongman competition in like 18 days. I've got one in March, and then I don't think I've got any more competitions for like the next 6 months. So I'm just going to concentrate on training and anting again rather than because when I'm competing like I am now, in the last like 6 months, I've done like probably about 10 competitions, and I've still got more. It's just hard to like do everything, you know.
Yeah. I didn't even know you did that. Like, that was rather a surprise when you came into the Discord server saying that. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, like I compete as a strongman, a triathlete, so I do triathlon, and I fight in boxing as well. So it's very rare to do all 3. They're kind of counterproductive. To be a strongman, you have to be like big and kind of lunky. And to be a boxer, you have to be kind of lean and athletic. So I'm somewhat in the middle. When I walk into a strongman competition, everyone looks at me like, wow, he's small, but I can lift a weight, so it's not an issue. And then when I walk into a boxing ring, they're like, wow, he's big. I'm like somewhere in the middle. And then when I go cycling or training for my triathlons, they're all like, well, you've just got too much muscle. You don't go through the wind. Like, yeah, I know. I'm like a big solid concrete block trying to cycle down yeah, it's not easy, but I enjoy it. I can honestly say I very rarely win. I very rarely come high up the rankings in what I do because I do all of them. When I only trained as a boxer, because I started off in boxing, when I was only boxing, I was actually good. Now I train as a strong man and all of that lot. I'm so slow in the ring. I'm a completely different fighter. I'm probably gonna. Well, I might have just had my last fight a couple of weeks ago. I might have another one. I'm not sure yet, but I'm definitely getting to the point where I can't do boxing anymore. It hurts. It hurts for like a week afterwards, just trying to like. Not even where you get punched. I'm just tired and I just want to sleep for about a week after each fight. Yeah. But yeah, I really enjoy it. Like, it's been a real passion of mine for many years. But yeah, so now I'm starting to slow down a bit from the. If I haven't mentioned, I've got like some serious health conditions as well. I've got the brother disease, the cystic fibrosis, I've got emphysema, and a few other things. So like my health is going to slowly catch up with me, and I won't be able to
Mhm.
compete for much longer. So like I've started taking anting way more seriously, mainly because it's something that I can do when I am really ill and out of breath, and I can't go to the gym anymore.
I've always tried. I mean, I don't know, because when I first got into doing ant keeping, I just wanted to do it casually, and then very quickly, it went from being casually to just pretty much being like almost my job at this point.
Yeah, I mean it's easy for it to take over, isn't it? I said to the
Oh yeah,
wife, "Oh,
definitely.
I'll probably get like 2 or 3 colonies," and then I ordered 5, and then then I got sent some colonies for free, and then other stuff happened, and now I've got 32 colonies, and scorpions, and stick insects, and millipedes, and crabs, and just about
Yeah.
everything else. Yeah, she's a good wife. She lets me get away with a lot.
It was just always, I don't know, I've always, throughout my entire life, I've always loved insects and all that, especially ants. So kind of, it like if I look back at myself, it's like, yeah, I can see myself going this way.
Yeah, I mean, if I could get a job in it, I definitely would. But I don't know, it's not something I ever envisioned myself doing in a job.
Same.
I possibly could work in a zoo or something in the reptile inverts area, whatever they call them, the insect
For me,
house.
I always envisioned myself going into meteorology, and I still kind of like envision myself going into like weather and all that. But then again,
Wow.
ants is sort of starting to creep up on me.
Lexi is asking, what do you do? Is that for me or you? I will answer first. I do lots of stuff. So I train every day, like between 3 to 5 hours every day. I YouTube as well, and I also have another job. So I'm just watching my ants. Got completely distracted there. I also do other stuff. I do building and window cleaning and stuff like that. So it's like full-time activeness. You know what I mean? I'm always on my feet, always doing stuff. Some days I work from like 8 in the morning till 5 in the evening, and then I go and train for 3 to 5 hours, and then I do a bit of YouTubing and wake up again at 5:30 in the morning to go for a run the next day. So it's all, like that's what I do. What do you do?
Well, before last year, I just worked at a pizza place, just making pizzas, and it was really nice. I enjoyed that
Yeah.
job. Then I ended up quitting that, and now I'm waiting till I get out of schooling because I really want to focus on, my school now.
Yeah.
But right now, I'm just sort of surviving off of selling ants to other people and all that, which is actually kind of about to go pretty well because one of my friends is opening up a national like store that could actually sell to all the states legally.
Oh wow,
So
that would be interesting. You have to keep us posted on that because everyone would want to hear about that.
yeah, I'm really excited for that. I'm also working on a little series on YouTube about the history of ant keeping. That's going to be interesting because it's me and a few other people working on that.
I think I saw something about that actually. I think I read about that.
Yeah, I
Possibly.
was talking about it in the group in the server with Stein.
Yeah, yeah. My past jobs, I've done quite a few different jobs in my past. I've been a manager of a pub. I've what else have I done? I worked in basically I left school at 13 and I worked in a bakery, I worked in kitchens, I worked in garages, like fiddling about with engines. And then at the age of 20-ish, I got a job with my local county council. And I worked all over the place. It's kind of really hard to explain my job, but I worked for children's services basically. And I was Like, so there's always problems with social services. The main problem being communication, in my opinion. Being like, if you're a child in care, you ask your social worker for something, and they have to ask their manager, and they ask their manager, and it takes about 6 months just to get a no normally. So I was the sort of person to go and speak to the young people personally. I would find out the issues, and I would take it straight to the board of directors, and I would sort out the issue, like regardless of everyone's bureaucracy and all of that rubbish. I would just get the job done because it's just what I do. If I've got a job that I can see needs doing, I just get the job done. I don't care about things stopping me. I don't have a work rate. I just get the job done and I don't stop until it's done. So that's why I really enjoyed that job, and I did some amazing work. They sent me all around the country, like doing talks for them, and I was teaching social workers and foster carers how to deal with people in care, things like that. I was in care myself, so I had like personal experience in it, and that's sort of how the job came about. And I really enjoyed that job. I did some amazing work. I even had a film crew come over from Peru and film some of the work that I was doing so that they could, like, I don't know, showcase it because it was awesome or whatever. But yeah, it was a great job. But it just got like too much stress. Too many people hated me in the end, and I couldn't get anything done. But I got a lot done in the process. So yeah, it's one of my proudest moments was working that job actually. And then I left it when I had 6 lung collapses. Basically, my lungs just kept collapsing. Yeah, it's part of my condition. Obviously, my lungs are deteriorating because of my health conditions. So I had 3 lung collapses on one side, 3 on the other side, and then I had major surgery where they stuck my left lung to my rib cage. So on that, like, I went back to work. I worked a few more months and finished the jobs I was doing, but I said, that's it. I gotta concentrate on myself, and that's when I became an athlete, basically, and I just started. Well, originally I was just training for boxing, and then I decided to really up my game and do a lot more. And I've used that to like help other people with my condition all around the world. I do a Zoom session like every now and then for free for people with my condition. And we do like a little bit of exercise, but it's mainly just to get people motivated into doing something with themselves again. Because once you get diagnosed with one of these illnesses, you kind of get really depressed by it. You don't know what to do. Like, it's the end of your life, basically. And then I come along and say, it's not the end. Like, let's just push a little bit harder than everyone else has to. It is going to be a hard slog, but you can do it. Like, nothing's impossible. And like, there's not many people with my condition that have like ran marathons and stuff like that. But if you told me to run a marathon right now, I could literally drop off a hat, run a marathon. And like, when I go into the doctors and they say, how are you doing? I say, let's go for a run, you know? So it's I've used it. I've used my health conditions and I've used everything else to kind of, you know, fuel my passion. And you're about to lose the light of the tank, I think. What's the time? No, we've got half an hour yet. Yeah, my nighttime lights have been messed with. And I need to reset them, which I can't find the controller anywhere. That's one of the problems with having 3 kids. One of them which loves to mess with everything. Oh. No, I can't find a remote anywhere. I'll have to go without tonight. Well, normally what would happen is the main lights turn off at 11, but a red light will turn on at 10:30, and that will carry on through till 8 o'clock in the morning when the main lights turn back on.
That's actually really cool.
It's just so that I can view them at night. I can see everything that's going on, but it doesn't disturb them because obviously ants and most other insects can't see red light.
My what was it? My vivarium, which doesn't have any ants, and I don't really show it off really because of that, has just a grow light because it's just growing a bunch of plants in there right now. and then once it hits, pretty sure around 8, it just shuts off. Or whenever it gets dark outside, I'll shut it off manually.
Yeah. I mean, that's the best way to go, really. I've gone for a very strict timing regime with these and the bullet ants, really, because they're from quite a intense area of the world, whereas the colonies upstairs go with the light outside because they're more native. I say upstairs, I mean in the ant corner. You have no idea of the layout of my house. We've got a question here from Lexi again. Thank you, Lexi, for bringing in all these awesome questions. When you bring up ant keeping for the first time to people you meet, what is the most common response you get? I get kind of a, you do what? Ants? It's like, yeah, ants. Not normal ants, cool ants. And they're like, what do you mean ants? And then I normally have to get out my phone and show them a couple of clips so that they think it's like, they know it's like more interesting than just a couple of ants. I don't know, but most people actually take me very seriously. I don't know whether it's because I'm a boxer, strong man, scary guy, but most people are just like, oh, that's really interesting. Show me more. But they're some of my close friends. One of my best mates is like, mate, that's rubbish. Put it away. What about you, buddy?
I think the most common response I always get is just, oh, interesting.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. I mean, it's not really rude. It's just sort of like, that's it. Besides from like at school, I guess, the science teachers were actually really interested, and one of them wanted me to set up an ant colony before COVID hit, and then COVID hit, and I wasn't able to.
See, now schools have been quite a interesting thing for me, because if I ever got overrun with like queens, I'd give a couple to my local school that I get on really well with. I've been doing it with stick insects as well, because I obviously had thousands of stick insects. So I messaged all the local schools and nurseries and said, if you can get an enclosure, I'm more than happy to just give you loads. You know, the kids will love them. They can't hurt and they're easy to deal with. You know, so yeah, that's kind of what I do.
I debated doing that, or I still am debating doing that.
Okay. Yeah. It's worth it. It's worth definitely having like an outlet like that set up just in case, you know, like you get stuck.
Yeah.
Especially with stick insects. I'm just going to say now, I'm going to give it about another 5 minutes and then I'm going to end the stream.
All right.
Because it is getting a bit late now. And I need to put the kettle on, quite honestly. I hear ants like the insect. Yeah, that's quite funny. Mine has a USB 5-watt grow light for my outworld, and I have a cactus. My Mesa don't like white light much. Yeah, Mesa barbarus do not like white light at all.
Yeah.
In fact, for my Mesa, I have quite a low yellow light. But during the night, I don't have them under red or anything, because Mesa barbarus can still see red light as well, which is really irritating.
Messer barbarus are a very interesting species because they they thrive off of neglect, and the second they start paying attention to them, they start doing terrible.
Yeah, you're right with that. You're right. Like my redhead queen, I got her, I'd like to say over a year ago now. It took her like 6 to 8 months to get started just because she was a nightmare. And then I looked in one day and I was like, oh, she got her first worker. I left it about another day or two, looked again, she had a few more. And then I attached them to that an outworld thing. And literally within a week, she had about 40, 50 workers. I was like, what? Like that just came out of nowhere. Like, and they're doing really well now. They're in the nest upstairs, a Wakushi nest, and doing really well. Doing better than the blackhead Mesa barbarus, which came to me with probably around 30 workers. And they so they either haven't done anything, like they've either stayed at roughly the same numbers, moved out of their old test tube and into a clean one, or they've exploded, right? and I
Mhm.
haven't noticed because there's currently 2 test tubes in there, and they were living in one. But I've seen them now going in and out of both of the test tubes. There's also an ant boy nest, which I opened up and had a look in, and that's full of them as well. And there's holes in the sand where they've been digging. So like they're literally everywhere. And like in the last week or so, I've noticed mesobarbarous workers all over the outworld, like a lot more. It's like they've finished their hibernation period and they're back.
Yeah, that's
Like,
weird.
yeah, it is weird. I mean, the temperature hasn't changed in the house, nothing like that. They've just, I suppose, they're done, and yeah, they're out looking for food again.
That's really weird. They're just such a weird and wacky ant. Like they aren't even like interesting. I'd say like they're interesting, but they aren't like interesting to watch. So it's very easy to forget about them for some reason.
Yeah.
If you forget about them, that's a good thing.
Yeah, definitely, I'd agree with that.
Then you have other ants that are on the complete opposite side of that spectrum. Or if you forget about them for like 2 weeks or something like that, they just collapse.
I nearly lost my queen name after partner after getting them went from 10 workers to 1. Took 2 months. About workers. Cool, look at that. They're proper dismantling those roaches, aren't they?
Yeah.
The shell there. Cool. Doesn't take them long to process it. Not long at all. It'll still be there tomorrow, I expect. Probably gone by the day or late tomorrow or the day after. But that's 3 adult roaches again. You know, they eat loads.
How aggressive are they?
Quite aggressive. Like if I was to put my finger in there, they would now charge at me rather than run.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because my colony, when it was supposed to come to me with about 10 queens, but the colony ended up dying mostly in shipping because, you know, that's just how exotic ants are when you get into the US. And so I was just like, well, I'll try. And they only came to me with like the majority dead and maybe only 50 workers and a few queens alive.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah. But I'm hoping to get them again soon. At least this coming up year, I'm hoping to get a colony.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they're definitely one of my favourite colonies to watch. When they're smaller, they're not so aggressive. Like, I could quite happily put my hand in the old formicarium and I wouldn't really have to worry. Now, yeah, they charge at you. I've got a quick question here from Shane. If you had a choice between Myrmica rubra and Myrmica rhodogynous, which would we have? Oh, hang on, hide that one. I would probably, yeah, I would probably just stick with rhubarb. I like rhubarb. I know what I'm doing with rhubarb. The problem with my rhubarb colonies is I always get single queen colonies. I can't have patience to wait for like a multiple queen colony to come up, which I know that's the key to my rhubarb. You know, they don't do very well on their own.
Myrmica rubra, at least here in the US, because they are invasive here and in Canada,
Yeah.
they are super colonial here for some reason. We can't figure out why. It's just they inbreed in the nest. So I definitely choose Myrmica rubra.
Yeah, yeah. And they're just interesting ants. I mean, they're both interesting ants, but I just like my
Oh yeah,
rhubarb.
definitely.
If I could get like Shane saying a 5 or 6 queen colony, if I could get like that, yeah, then you'd be booming, booming. I mean, this colony here started with 3 queens, and I don't know why, but a couple of months back now, one of the queens got dragged out dead. It was weird. It was like a huge like procession. Like all the ants came out. There was like you could see the level of activity around the nest was just insane, and we were like, "What's going on there?" And we watched for like half an hour or so, and this queen's body was dragged out, and it was a shame, but it's one of those natural things. I still got at least 2 queens in there, I think. So, and they're definitely still doing well, so it's not an issue. What was actually really interesting was I watched where they put the body, and I went and got it out just to like have a look. And the queen just looks so cool. Obviously, you don't get to see the queens very often, so I thought, have a little look.
I wouldn't be surprised if this colony starts to get elates and starts to inbreed, because this colony seems to be big.
I'm expecting it within the next year. The amount of males they had this year, and they're still pulling them out the nest. Was it 2 or 3 days ago? I came down first thing in the morning, and they were flying. There was flying male ants all over the place. So yeah, I'm expecting something like in the next year.
Or there is a possibility that this year they did actually inbreed, but it was they were just throwing out the extra males.
Yeah, possibly. I haven't seen any princesses or any sign of princesses, but there may well be in the nest deep that I just haven't seen, but they haven't come and like stretched their wings or anything on the surface like the males have. Yeah, so I expect this year we just got loads and loads of males. That's not an issue.
It's still always cool to see colonies get elates, though. It's like a big milestone.
Yeah, I cannot wait. I'm gonna be well happy, but then I'm gonna have to like quickly act and cover up the holes at the top of the tank because I don't want.
you don't need some like a random nest to pop up in your corner of your room.
The worst thing that they could do is actually, because the bullet ant tank has no lid, so if they got out of their tank and flew like it's about 6 feet away, if they fly 6 feet to the left, they're going to land straight into the bullet ant tank, and I don't know how that would go. Like they'd either get torn to pieces or they'd start their own colony in there.
Yeah, that's actually a good question, because normally whenever ants meet in the wild, they immediately run away from each other, especially if they're 2 different species. It's very rare that they actually go into, like, I'm going to kill you mode.
Yeah, not unless they have to.
Yeah. So I feel like they just make a colony in there, and that would become an issue, because... Is it Diacama that you have?
Yeah, Diacama.
Yeah, those colonies don't get that big compared to, Polyrhacus.
Only a couple of hundred workers. I mean, I'm not expecting much more than what I've got now, to be honest.
They feel really cool ants, though.
Yeah, awesome to watch when they tear things apart. Awesome. Well, right, I am gonna end the stream there. Thank you very much for joining, buddy. Do you want to say goodbye to everyone?
Goodbye. I might be here next time if you have an open mic. I actually really enjoyed this.
Yeah, it's been great fun, actually. We're going to have another open mic very soon. I will work out when. I'll work out when. I'll post it, obviously. But yeah, I'll let you sign off, and I'll quickly do a run through of what we got going. So I shall see you later, buddy.
All right, see ya.
Okay, sorry about that big old cough then. So thank you everyone for signing in and joining me for another picnic table ant chat. Very sorry that our original guest couldn't make it, but we've had some great chat with lots of people signing in today. It's been great fun. Don't forget, my next video is coming out this Saturday. It's going to be the bullet ants, which is the ones that you voted for in the giveaway draw, whatever. And then we've got a review video coming out on Monday. Wednesday. Oh no, I skipped a day. So Saturday we have my video, the bullet ants that you voted for. Sunday we have Pour More Art Ant Shop on the Picnic Table live stream at 9 p.m. UK time. Same again with the live feeding beforehand, so you can join in and talk a little bit earlier. And then on the Monday, we have the review video. Wednesday, we have picnic table again, which is currently blank. So I'm either going to fill in that space or it will be another open mic night. And then on the Saturday, you've got a video, which is going to be an absolutely awesome video. Do not miss that video. If you do anything else this year, do not miss that video because it's a cracker. And then on the Sunday, which follows that, which is the 16th, we have Perthshire ocelots coming on to the picnic table. So it's going to be really interesting, that one. They do like all sorts of reptile stuff, lots of charity work as well that we're going to talk about, so kind of conservation stuff, you know. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a great stream, very different to the ant chat that we normally have, you know, stretching out those boundaries a little bit further. But that's all from me. I'm glad everyone signed in tonight. I'm glad I've been able to host it again. It's been absolutely fantastic. If you didn't see the giveaway at the very start of the video, you're going to have to wait for it to come up as a video and go all the way back. You can listen to this as a podcast on Spotify by tomorrow, by the time I've uploaded it. It's also on my Twitch account. It will probably be viewable on Twitch before YouTube, just because that's the way it works. And yeah, I'm going to leave you there. So, as always from me, I'll see you again soon, Ant fans.